If you take a look around the gaming scene as of late, there's been a lot of talk about fakes, LARPers and ball and gun gamers. There's a lot of public discourse about irrelevant topics about niche games or mechanics and how everyone can do it better themselves. Everything is woke garbage, fascist propaganda, or they're dead games. People complain about minuscule bugs, say they stopped playing a game at some point because a woman spoke. That ain't realistic. I'm exaggerating, of course, but at this point it really feels like if a game doesn't meet their personal standard, their own imagination of what the game would be, they completely refuse to engage with it any further, which then enables rumors and fake tellings to ruminate. It's sad, honestly. Discourse on the internet is not discourse anymore. It's a fight about the perception and the correctness of their view and interpretation. This goes further than just the gaming scene. But for a while now, it's not been about the actual medium itself. Not its themes, its messages, or any of its actual content. It's about what this medium could represent to everyone if it was put into another light. Actually, the light these people shine onto it. I betcha, ever since society's formed and art has been shared and consumed, there's always been grifters surrounding these scenes trying to make a buck or build a reputation by claiming themselves to be an arbiter of interpretation and correctness. With the technical state of today, building that kind of reputation has become much easier. What I'm getting at is that the culture around media in general has shifted into an anti-intellectual direction. There's people that want to be a part of, let's say, the book community, but refuse to read books with big words in them. What? There's others that want to be movie critics so bad, but can't keep their asses still and focus on the big screen for a while without pulling their phone out. You just can't fucking make this shit up, man. And then there's... well, fuck, that's a bit more complicated now. What even is gaming? No, honestly, tell me. What the fuck even is a video game? Definitionally, it's actually just about the pixels being moved by input on a controller, right? Not about any high score or any gameplay loops, simply the interaction that gives a change to the screen. So it's wild to see how we got here and the overabundance of various genres, visuals, control schemes, engines, and the like. The game started out about simple gameplay loops like Pong, later Pac-Man, and even later things like Street Fighter, always evolving in graphical style, using more and more buttons, and later on even forming competitional gaming. At this time, household consoles weren't as common and accessible as nowadays. Well, let's not talk about that right now, but I think you get the gist. With gaming pretty much being outsourced to arcade centers and your rich friend from school, there were few attempts to bring gaming a step forward. But when consoles did get better in technology and price, more and more attempts were visible to evolve the medium itself. Games like Final Fantasy, for example, maybe a bad example, maybe you can name a better one, but it tried to pour entire universes into the game, like to this day, 16 to 17 times? What I'm getting at is, back in the day, games were mainly about winning, getting to that last level, having the highest score, or beating your opponent. Most content that we see as baggage nowadays had to earn its place here to begin with. Every concept from DLC, extra content, that added literal levels or more story, more open levels with optional ways to create a sense of exploration. Reward mechanics that literally interact with your dopamine receptors, aka the modern loot box. All of these things once were innovational creations in these spaces, which first were used to improve gaming experiences overall. But time does what it does, and businesses do what brings in the money. So these features got actively turned against us. Listen, since the beginning of gaming's existence, it has been about winning the game. So blaming and name-calling people who literally play games that are about that simple loop must have got more issues in their life than other gamers living their life. But on the other hand, when it comes to people who only play those games and they want to talk about which is the best game of the year or even what gaming is about in general, this is where I'm losing the plot. Because there are, gaming in general is an art form, and no game, well, many games, but there are a lot of games that have completely redefined the way people make games or engage with gameplay loops and everything. And just playing like these side games that just offer progression systems like stats go up and shit like that, or FIFA or Fortnite or I don't know, and you want to talk about quality games, I just can't with you, man. This is a joke, right? So I'm sort of lucky because I don't use TikTok, so I never encountered these types. But I do believe both of these sides have to be either trolling or they want to build a reputation on hating something. They seem to be real fun at parties too, I heard. LARPer is a thing that's being thrown around now, trying to categorize people who know and watch others play games on YouTube, but rarely or never engage with the game themselves. No, honestly, I couldn't be bothered about that, but it comes to a point where entire fandoms are based solely on people who don't actually play the games, which also sort of ruins the whole feedback cycle back to developers and or people who are deeply interested in playing it themselves. I've seen cases where people get outed by these fans for not portraying the game in the way they want, which is just not the point of gaming or art in general. This really is an issue, but let's just not forget that besides all this drama, there's a real issue within the gaming industry, fucking over all of gaming. Literally, all of gaming. So at this point, we all know that microtransactions are plaguing the gaming scene as a whole. Free-to-play models are being played more than paid games, and I don't even want to downplay this model, to be honest, as it is a good and very accessible way to play games. Just the way it has festered into those games that you start and just wait for the paywall to hit you. Back in the early days, these games also existed, but monetization as it is nowadays, with invasive store pages that pop up, convenient time savers for seemingly endless games, and whatever the fuck Blizzard is doing over there with WoW and Diablo, we've come to a point in gaming where you can pay $80 for a game and another 100 to sometimes in the thousands for more in-game content, skins, customizations, or literal items that further your progression. Rockstar is pushing the envelope with all their crazy shit as of late, releasing the complete game for $100, and on top of that, trying to tie you to a GTA Plus subscription. You can't tell me that one free month of GTA Plus is only for GTA Online. They will damn sure add content via updates and lock it behind this subscription for a single player game, brother. A single player game. Fuck, man. I don't even want to touch the cesspool that is the Netflix collaboration. I find it so baffling, the company known for their silent treatment when it comes to new games, cooperating with the company known for oversharing their planned projects and ruining shows for a chance at sequel seasons. Besides all of that, you got EA being bought by untrustworthy buyers, which makes me worry for studios like Hazelight. Xbox shut down many studios, laid off a bunch of people, and made others independent again. Other studios at least. You got people also saying that the layoffs may be a good thing, like for a more focused view on a singular game, but I think these people aren't really thinking about the whole picture. I heard some guy express his disdain for having a dedicated skybox guy at id Software, and it may sound insignificant that you don't know how the engine is formed, how skyboxes get implemented, created in-house, or even if it's maybe a dynamic skybox or whatever. I think gamers have become too complacent. I hear people saying that, adding multiplayer to this game would have been so easy. Like, would it now? Just because you opened up Unity or Godot once and have seen a multiplayer node doesn't mean it's a simple drag and drop feature, brother. You need to chill, or get up your game and create it yourself. People think just because modders sometime achieve this with hard discipline, patience, and research, like it doesn't make it an easy feat to get to. Ubisoft keeps being Ubisoft. Like, for real, what is going on here? I know they're supporting some smaller studios publishing their games and they seem to do pretty good, but what about those lawsuits? I just hope Stop Killing Games can make some changes to how we get treated by those gaming companies. Not a singular day goes by where I mistakenly click on a video trying to find a rational take on what's happening in the gaming scene. And then I hear something like, this woman was modeled way too manly. They're mentioning that the side character is gay, it's woke. The male protagonist is not built like He-Man, it's soy-coated. I can confidently say this is grifting. It's blatant grifting, no excuse. Even the people that are legitimately pissed off about some things or changes, this whole stigma about what's right and wrong is a grift in itself. I see a lot of people that are just chronically online and disconnected from reality, complaining about Mystique's cheekbone not moving when she transforms in the newest Wolverine trailer. Like, buddy, don't act like you've ever been around a female ever again, please. You telling people your standard is set higher than what AAA gaming modelers can pump out tells me more about you as a person than it does about the state of anything gaming. This is where I kind of get back to my first point. We're now at a point where gaming discourse is dominated by people who don't engage in the medium, who for nefarious reasons spread false information about games or studios and overall have no stake in the game's life cycle, yet it contributes to it. How often do you first hear about a game because some controversy is being stirred up before release even? It's crazy. We can't even have a meaningful discussion about the actual themes of a game anymore, as it all gets watered down to a point where it's unemployed people telling learned writers that their story is literal shit. Telling people who took years to get into the profession they now live out that their vision is faulty. Like, why can't these people just shut up and play games they're drawn to? Why do they have to be a blight on gaming society and for people who actually want to engage with the medium? There's definitely spots in the industry that need critiquing, no question. Yet there's a fine line between criticism and grifting, and it's thin as fuck, so beware. My own recommendation when looking out for grifters is name calling. When a grifter starts giving companies or games insulting nicknames, it instantly diminishes their credibility and shows a lack in formality and patience. Critiquing male or female standards. It's always a glaring point for grifters, as there are a lot of sexually frustrated people on the internet that are easily swayed into believing that less sexualization or equal sexualization in the gaming scene is a bad thing. Repetitiveness. When it's been the third upload in 5 days and 2/3 of the video is once again about how women are not womanly enough and soy company is gay, and the worst of all, no actual proof of their own gaming knowledge. Most of these channels and Twitter accounts mostly have some B-roll footage of either a highly popular live service or some very fringe and niche game in the background. They never speak about games they actually played or liked, only games they like better because they added boobs, or a battle royale mode. It's never about how the game totally astonished them, making them realize what gaming can be, no. It's always, and I mean always, about this game is the worst thing I have ever laid eyes on and women are gay. I'm sorry, I keep getting back to that point, but stay away from these channels at all costs. As long as a creator or influencer only spreads negative thoughts, it's pretty much grifting. You can usually pretty easily spot a grifter. Just check if they ever spoke about games positively without taking money for it. See if they actually game on live streams or some other way and find out if these people even align with their vision of gaming before engaging in their thought process. So yeah, this is a mess, man. The industry for real is going down right now, but the conversation is being muddied by people who have no stake in this. Companies react more and more to unnecessary outrage, misguiding their priorities and focus. Passionate gamers get a watered down game, because fake outrage made the content get cut or completely overhauled, and in a visceral reaction to it all, companies get more ignorant to the actual consumer. Like, fuck dude, how do we get to a point where the majority of gaming is creating products that are ethically dubious for an audience that has no voice in the market yet? The only voice they have is a stat number on some digital sheet counting yet another player in Roblox's Steal a Brain What? I don't know, man. I for sure am not gonna let down. Gaming is my shit. It's been somewhat of my parent in my childhood. It's been the reason I built many connections in my life and will forever stay interesting for me for various reasons. There are so many great games and so many great people entering the gaming space. This is no product line where the quality only comes with the money and from big companies. We've seen more than enough smaller studios take a shot at this and succeed big time. This alone fascinates some of us. Others may chase the next friendslop high. This is what gaming is about, man. It's presentation, it's gameplay feel, it's about control schemes, the lack of cutscenes, or the lack of gameplay even. It's graphics, the consistent art styles in games, the game's creation stories, or the developer themselves. And least of all, the passionate communities forming around these games. So please, Midnight Gamers, keep on gaming, don't let these jesters tell you what they want this medium to be. Do your research, play the games you like and you're interested in, and create honest discourse about the things you love in gaming.